Hi guys, welcome to Sheria. Sheria is a platform that aims to educate the ordinary Mwananchi about the law so that we can equip and empower you. So in today's episode, we're going to just do a follow-up on what we have been discussing, matters pertaining to land. We have done a few episodes, so please make sure you catch up on the same. But for the sake of those who are joining us for the first time, let me just do a brief recap. We said when you're dealing with matters land and conveyancing, it's very sensitive. We divided it into 4 major categories, yeah? We said there's a pre-contractual stage where you're doing a lot of due diligence, contractual stage where now you're sitting down and writing the agreement, contract completion where now you are completing the contract, but matters have not ended. We have to now go to registration, because anything that is dealing with land has to be registered. So today I want to expound a bit more on the stage for extra due diligence. We had said when it comes to matters pertaining to land, you have to do your due diligence. Bare minimum, 1, get a copy of the original title document. I'm saying a copy because, of course, we're not going to give you the original title document at this point. You're getting this copy so that you can go do your search at the relevant land registry. We are doing your due diligence so that we can make sure that the owner is who he says he is. And we're doing it at the relevant land registry. So 1, we're doing a search. 2, we also said you're going to physically inspect the property. You want to physically inspect the property to make sure 1, the property is in existence. 2, there are no squatters on the property. You're not buying property and then now you're taking to court. We don't want that. And again, physically inspecting the property is you want to make sure the beacons and the boundary marks are in place. With the help of a surveyor, get a map of the place. This is also easily available. You can get a map of the area, and then this map, with the help of the surveyor, will be able to tell you this is the property you're buying. The map says it is 2.5 acres, but the maybe sale agreement is saying it is 2.8 acres. So if there's a discrepancy, that's another red flag. So that is also part of due diligence. 3, you also want to ensure you interpret the records. Meaning, once you get a search at the registry, there are some details that will be recorded on this search we're calling certificate of official search. You interpret it, of course, with the help of an advocate to make sure your title is clean title. Again, when you're doing a search, please make sure either through you or through your advocate, you're doing something we call a historical search. If you're aware, a few months back, there's a prime property along the coastal region that it went through a lot of issues because they had not done a historical search. So what is the difference between the normal search and the historical search? Normal search, tunaenda kwa registry, I do my due diligence, I interpret. Historical search is I want to understand who are the previous owners, because the chances are the previous owners might have undertaken fraud or might have gone through fraud, and as a result, it will affect you. In law, there's a principle that says you cannot pass a title which you do not have. So meaning, you can only pass a clean title. So if the current owner has a fraudulent title, they pass a fraudulent title and you cannot acquire a clean title. We also said it is a red flag if the owner of the property cannot give you a copy of the title. Why? Why are they hiding this? Because remember, this is what you're going to use to do your due diligence. So if you're transacting with anything, before you sign anything, we said you get a copy and do a search. If the owner again does not have a copy of the title or is hesitant to give you a copy of the title and they insist on you making a deposit, that is a red flag. Flee, run away. We don't want you losing your hard-earned money. Then we said, don't sign anything. Reason is, most sale agreements, when you sign, you are bound by it. And they expect you to make money with specific time frames. And the problem is, if you do not comply or if you don't make money within specific time frames, imagine you lose your money. For example, you're buying property worth 17 million. And then they expect you to pay within a specific time frame, deposit 10%, which is 1.7 million. The unfortunate bit is if you have signed the contract, you pay the deposit, even if something goes wrong, of course, with exceptions, if something goes wrong and you are unable to meet your obligations as per the timelines, you will lose your 1.7 million. 1.7 is your chache. So make sure you're doing your due diligence. So that's what we had for today's episode. Just briefly touching on the extra due diligence, building up on what we had discussed, and the red flags when you're entering into a transaction. Thank you for indulging us. Please make sure you comment, like, share, and subscribe. Bye.